security and everything. But I mean, she lost her job. And this is how we should make people accountable to a human way to was our moment. I back the call of the minority. Head must roll this time round. You make sure that people will take all your responsibility for their works and why you are 1 year. But anytime we are so kosi we are, na you have a pocho, your statement aba, na you brush out to baby Kwamina or boy. And that is one thing that I pray and hope today. I mean, government will take effect on some of these things, you know. Now you serve as a deterrent from California there. Someone else was saying yeah. So
by now the NACA boss should have resigned or should have been sacked.
Absolutely, I agree with the minority. I mean, you first sense of responsibleness, no. You find share your duty bearers in womb. You come out as the resignation team. Can you be the president pa a second because you man already no onye ye. Not like you queen but as usual, politics as it is, you know. What can we do about it? Or kwasakni or him pulling me to tutam. Now I call president in intent. I saw penny be imam ba free. Now in president I can easy on yasemi bia. This is our problem. Nobody is being held accountable for mistakes what you will chrome hadi. Reason I'm it is not going to be about just words. But can I say yeah. So about kind of corner is that so let's see whatever that will happen. I'm praying hoping there. The gender ministry, government itself will come out and then we are going to do what is right to honor.
All right. Inti Ebusiabra Facebook Kastle 90.3 FM, then also on YouTube. And once you streaming live, the documents, you know, at all wasubutumako na akanibi, the particular area yarekaho asam in the area bre. Inti bra Facebook Kastle 90.3 FM. Then also on YouTube, Kastle 90.3 FM. Memman hodo, our Kastle 90.3 FM in a good eriti. But Yambo, a very quick on the MPP's flag bearership race. Or about on the 31st of this month, election Bokodo. And Yaguda Yazun Kumo Mama, the various places are the election Bokodo. Cape Coast are they, Bokodo, our friends' gardens. And election babado alaji so far so good. Last year and I yes the year is in come we've had several interviews, several sections. You who Dr. Baumia will meet the delegates across the country. Damaso and Honorable Ken in Japan. And so I mean we are tall the whole nation we meet the delegates. There have been several reports coming out indicating that one person is leading. In fact, we project Dr. Baumia ahead of Honorable Kennedy in Japan. But this time around, now the former vice president only the backing of the government machinery bill. So now it will be fair election. Na woni na woboko information I about today was one inside request or yeah intiase apam peace pact. Have you reached there?
Coming MPP internal party wranglings and politics, you know. We young koma yes uncle and baby I could do no. I think the one ankasa na what you them problems in now was aba. And I mean as an ordinary Ghanaian I should be interested in whatever that goes on in the opposition party. Because any person be a NPP will be as a flag bearer, no, potentially, the main people to about a leader that be. So if they don't choose the right person, trust me there, the country will be doomed. Yes, the quality of the leader, political parties, what you know, determines the future of the country. And it's something that is bad. It's something that NPP would have to do what is right. Because we are all stakeholders when it comes to one primary. I mean, the state more pointed there. From the top-down approach that we're using, or on
your top-down approach.
Or a top-down approach. Or a top-down approach. In fact, a host of party penyumfo, a host of party faithful sinibi CSOs and nkurɔfoɔ a wakasa against these issues ni nyinaa no ɔkɔdo baby no the card-bearing members of the party the executives no ɛna in the way reigning suprema one adwenkyerɛ no wetum na wɔdze ayɛ adwuma so ma yɛn na yɛtena kyerɛ bɛyɛ ayɛ that we need to back them na yɛ make sure that ma wɔbɛyɛ biara no ɔbɛyɛ yie na wɔekɔ wie na peace pact nkɔmɔ akɔ ami na ɛka wɔn asɛm yi is it a peace pact a yɛkɔto aba no wie a obi renkɔ baabi anaasɛ the peace pact a obi renkɔ nkɔ twetro obi renkɔ nkɔ borɔ no nua obi renkɔ nkɔ ko because I don't expect there the internal party elections no yɛnkɔ nkɔ borɔ yɛn ho wɔ hɔ no daabi nti peace pact I want to understand they say yɛkɔto aba no yɛ wie whoever becomes a leader no would make sure that he's going to involve the others no anaa anaasɛ obi alo ntum ntwe no ho fi party no mu bi otere mesi ma biri bi yɛhu da bi mu ɔkɔto aba no sɛ wɔnwi na wayi wɔn ho efim anaa me these are the things that come in I'm asking but on the 5 personalities no me feel that these are gentlemen in any ways no obiara yɛ na afom is it obiara wɔ ne nɛnkyɛ wɔ no ho because they are all human beings come in whether you like it or not obiara botum wa bibi but unfortunately and I would always say this thing there Ghana had a young politics no now yɛbɛgye no kwa ma yɛn ho na yɛ aka no kwa kyerɛ yɛn ho a kwame ne say about obiara no kotokum ɔwɔ obiara abo ɔwɔ no ho
ɔne wɔn a wɔgyina nyinaa nso abo wɔn ho
ɔbɛti bi mu abo bi mu wɔn kyini bi mu
ayɛ sure
oh yes
ɔnam Brian Champon
Martin ne sɛm ne bi also close to nyimpa by 67 or 69 MPs na every month be around 20,000 Ghana cedis
obi so was sponsor partner from 96 after this time
ebi so also no so mpon wetu my fundraising na sika so aba party no ma wakɔto aba no pickups na aze no so mpon tu mo pɛ bi de ba kan wɔ hɔnom ti no ɔkyerɛ sika fo no ebi wɔ hɔnom ebi so ɔno so mpon ɔba na rich na ideas a ɔwɔ bi wɔ hɔnom na ebi mo so ba ka kyerɛ dɛ ami abani ba ɔbɛse no kɔ na mo de bi wom nso amam kɔ man kɔ ankɔ yedwuma the same person at a point in time yɛ task there ɔtumi spearhead 33 policies of the government yakɔto aba na ɔze tato no ho dɛ ami na medi da me nyama n'enyim but in the odum ɔyɛ dena na nipa kɔ no watwe no ho afida ama nkɔmɔ ana ne nsama na nkasa ɔkan no ho ahwɛ ɔno abo edutum for instance that's a metete na fine Saturday when news file do meeting anopa yo so Peace FM okozi nkɔmɔ kakra I wonder ideas no honum
Aswan, this message is for you.
Me tell
it's never top down approach. You should go and read the constitution of the NPP when to do election for the flag bearership, when in opposition and when in power.
Well, as I'm a cadet, where no Oyobiana and Adrian Chair and any interpretation. Me interpretation, my fun legally. My friend, you got to a bar. Come in, also then you be elect more was around Sunday about 2 more phone. Na yena yekoto abasisi ase kan pokunu me yekoto aba na se adena ko flipper na ma yekoto aba man as executive no ne ideas doesn't align with panyin na no se kan.
But the constitution also mandates the leadership of the party to decide when to run election as far as the presidential is concerned.
Yeah. Embra yeshemanyimpo.
Okay.
Sabi embra yeshemanyimpa. Embra yeshemanyimpa. It's logically it should make sense. Yet in a fiade ye be you pain with fiade. Na yakoto aba you pain was sir. Na ye perform na say be executive be yin no say if you don't align with them pain na how are we working? I'm not no more show me MPP for no. In fact, I'm not even scared for mpanyimfa where you when you me there. One yakoto aba na yen form one. But the executives na one year them pay for no be adwuma no. Because if I don't align with you, Janda Mbokodo, well, yakoto abe the last general elections. I'm not trust me. MPP elections are what will lose by that vote that up part of infant obey. Because it can't be feel there. When you're NZA, it is a kahumpa and now command only I dreamed it the other more, but I'll command. ncha tase but ye wie no say atete some nkofo bi so aka ka won chen no so for some of us na me feel there ebianka yes Miss Mother normal Miss Mother normal no te no enka wo yi ni executives ni wie then wo wie a the presidential primaries now
that is how you feel.
Of course some kada me madwen che no.
Yes,
I am not the majority. I madwen che na me che menye MPP ni me cha madwen as a Ghanaian na make ka wa there.
In fact,
the leader will be you
know voting right impo.
Yes, some say the leader will be you know them leader potentially or a future leader because a quarter aba almost about 50-50 no MPP NDC obi about to may win. So the quality of the leader will be you need to make sure that they present a candidate me dachi so oba me ya sure the day about no aba no aba beboa into your opinion obi ana nezi but that is where me I stand. Enti me fa empanyimfu enum ya na chance de kwame na e wotu makobia na nezi and be amaka there honorable Kennedy Japan for me say e bianka the year by 2007 8 9 10 ekonya vision bi ntakopon ne kasa ntam or reflecting ntam a e bianka setting nkomozi bi nsam ne kan bi ne public outburst bi wo honoma kwame na enka wankwa ankoye. Last time it says someone can also that he did it in the interest of the party, but not so the many man what year no, and they are using it against him. You see, Kwame, it is not even about the party no. So our party, if they are using those things against you, how much more neutral on your card bearing member of the NPP? Internal players in come catch out there. Me, I'm looking at the middle class. Ebi I wanna wo from this so what pawasama, what pawasam. But mo botum na oba decipher oba dwen between nyama bi no nsam kan bi no oba reason adwen ne yedwom bebrebe no the menyimpa no how are you going to make sure that oba tinyama na ase ye? This is my worry. Alhaji Bawumia, I love his ideas. So a leader, you should be a team player. Okoye ya kan bi onkoye so a you need to accept your also part also a player enyama nkoye oyenda so yeah anana yebeja atum but on to the mission so no ye nwe ye film ohonom. That is my only problem with him. But aside from the ideas ni business, in fact some of the policies no ideas no ye ntumi anka da abani obey ibi nwa wozi ye adwuma. God for reserve, for instance, ya nka da no start what started them project watch that though. But the emphasis I want to be show me there. You make sure that in recent times, the God but back in Sekani, it started from somewhere, but it is good today. You know, so here, actually, na boy do chuma. They be America there. I like him personally, but bia Ghana had yen ideas ideas without sikasem Ghanaian politics one kasa wo engineer Kobine Japan for instance. You know me, yeah, I was some using come I miss some MPP na kamo to aba. For me, he's going to be my man. But unfortunately, no important that rich ideas, party structures, while from Tinyama say Bibiara, but the delegates would not consider him. The master show now buying a champion now. Me, he's not my man, honestly. Me feel there or test what test or prepare no for that be. But in the contest, no woman is it. Before that, it's about Nimpe Bien Alhaji Bawumia and I feel Honorable Kennedy Japan. But question whoever wins, how the party rally behind the Munko Fabiani and the woman Kroborini Biano. Now we're two now we project them in Panier. Yeah, campaign. Say I send some work or do honor. Yeah, I send some work come with that show. Yeah, real but sounds you are quite you. Now you are Kada Yankana. And conform weaknesses now you punch your horse woman. You are quite to be a cat, ya catch a gun for there. No, no, that is the problem. It's me feel like them peace pact, and can you start the more greasy way? And I get to me there. Yes, yeah, but Kasa. But Mamma and Cassie in front of 2 years. Mamma and young fee. You will be on ideas. Now you're from
Pubia or call UN. Your Pubia or call
Uncle, you setting words. I mean, come on. Donald Trump was president of America.
Yeah.
Abansam Nonke. How hasn't he referred to Africa in certain ways and manner?
Yes.
But when I can what cause them problems here, and and Kadamo Part no Kaminanka was signing before.
Okay.
Or yeah, this or yeah internal party with them na nanko bobwa. But already the harm has already been caused. And we feel there say kwatu abebu. Now saying people want some car. One ankasa na cause one downfall. Because the economy in the menya sure there the vice president obotum was a tunumbio. And so na me catch up, may say one communicate ne spokesperson. Miracles Abuaji.
The party communication.
May say this papa with former NLA boss. Is not skip him kakra. Oh, Samia Uku, nice guy. Nde ya some atin sama no so waka. Metete others I was in there. The successes Ghana is trucking right now. No, it is as a result of the foundation. And people wanted to want them. But spokesperson say the economic success is simple. No, in fact, Ghanaians are not even feeling it. In success, no one in fact. I mean, there should be coordination in some of these communications. You know, I want to feel there as an opposition party. No. One can say communications be it doesn't align. I am not fair from honum. But then just maybe because of your internal party wrangling to know about to now work. But as to how the afterwards you know about to now was we say the image of the party no for me that is my concern because a lot has been said. The Ghanaians they are wise. In the we are whoever comes to know coming now. Let's see what will happen.
Alaji, may I say the first edition of Meman Hodo in 2026. Aye ni na ya bese dey share ebusia ahaya Kastle 90.3 FM menyi Osman and yetina say for the first part of the show yezi inkomo intellectually ema wonsu enwuza orokodo ewo oman konkron Ghana Patrick in fact atina say na last year be promise bronye kwame na wakokọ me wo na you find the mission na ma me ni bezi nkomo. All right, so ma me mo akwenya no okay in fact me ntum mbo ya homa no for now but then ye bubu ya atumentam amo na also join the conversation. But for messages in the 0244 743 143 0244 743 143. You're streaming live into our Facebook, then also on YouTube. Patrick and hey, calls in the bar or about Yagro. Hey, Aqua,
yeah,
and 5 I feel rough.
That's it.
I feel rough.
Mass Mafia.
2026 dear. I'm a moon to my mamba ha when you are a me ha menua baby amijan if I'll be there. Tell my ha when you are I.
Kwamna dem na ka mate. Ma ha me won kase no kware na maka.
Me ka dey ha me say ma ha when you are womedo.
Yo mate. Nyame na asomdwe nka won why so. Holidays na abo. Rest ye. Rest ye. Nti mamfa kwane du na menchia o production team na management obi a oti Kastle FM or Kastle FM na mema ye nyina ye ho afishiapa na in the year 2026 azekura mazero nanto de ya papa dwen papa na dwen papa ne jenka ni na ma nyankopon say it can Isaiah 60 I think 1:2 kwana or say arise shine for that light has come. Now them light and answer no but manifest in your life you have to position yourself in a particular place corner by one sebeka.
Now about the Catholic Diocese of Archdiocese of Cape Coast what's it baptize and saints let your light shine.
Nche wonti at every point in time be our position in ye. Ehwe the three wise men na Abraham Yakupon or pe ibinum no way was actually wonder wa wajin kwan. Only da hunkutin na Yakupon no botume yi actually hono. But at that time na Yakupon de we position wo ho in a place other one for da obeye. Mary ni we position ni ho there or don't know o ehwana agyenkwan nti ehu donkey na Jesus ɔtena no do no na donkey nyankopɔn na position ne there ɔnnɔ there ɔtena no do nti if prophecy bi abɔ ho if manifestation bi abɔ ho ɛbɔ mpae dɛ nyankopɔn bɛyɛ biribi amɔ wɔ the year 2026 na position ho yɛ ya the blessings may overload you nti ɔno na yɛmfa nyɛ adwuma
Pastor Akwa, when I say my namesake. Patrick Yeboah Hayford, the PR of Cape Coast Metropolitan Assembly. I don't know if fraud now will I off. My friend and I'm cry.
All right.
Afishapa.
I feel go about it. I feel say that yango point the NFI adum akwadum.
Amen.
Obi aso na akomoda azino yankopon ayama. Yes renyi bambo na nyansa ebotum yeza yejuma waza hyenensa. E wona me ye nyina nkwam na de bia meka de me ye nyina one thing we should bear in mind ni the legacy that we are leaving behind. Oyo mo ma munya Patrick benyim so ko Bible school da be because we agree mesma or preach 2026
me pocho
or preach Jesus now with
young kwada mama pocho
mesma preach Jesus now with the oil watch so famous. But I agree with him there. We should be thinking of how best we serve our people, how best we position ourselves. And that has been the heartbeat of MC. Anytime you have a private conversation with him, I'm in there. Personally, I catch him, Mr. Hayford. I'm from my Yoba, Mr. Hayford. Came with there, baby. Your way is not permanent. And when you are not there, how will people treat you? And how people treat you, no matter there, you serve well or did not serve well. By and large, Nyamina Domara, Yenera Afifufri, first show of the year. Kastle FM. I'm out for a but my one of go me so good and I want to start. But they have a castle. Diambo, one about yes, the kind of worker, why na mpuntu nyama wo projects. One thing I like about Kastle FM you there. Into mama tina ha sebi nke kansama onyim nke kansama ozin ogbo nkofo hu finam fo hu nzi. Inya ken na they will put you on the spot and they will tell you ankwamna especially the Americans onyim menka. Nti sebi so what from here na ye kan nti so why ado so a dey etum ye bon na abado obebi awe be bodru. Nti ankwamna na min share Kastle ejuma efu nyinara ejuma penyina odano na obiara o take Kastle FM biara ye mpa ebonye de nyame batre ho ne shem na ozo na efi adum akwadum.
Amen. All right, nti enuanu mebieni na yate woninka na yebezi inkomo on this particular show. But then ma mtwamu just a minute membra na me introduce you to the topics you be discuss with them na wanso as a messages in ezaba ma kan me say amo and then the first show of the year 2026 inti yenyina no yenya a very fruitful conversation in the area bri ba mutwa mo mbra sisia yaba yebezi nkomo
ona no wata
Kamekano, Patrick Yabwa Hilford, and then Patrick Aqua from the NDC and NPP respectively. Na Eriabri Yatina say Monday first edition of Memanodo in 2026. Ye busy in Como. I'll say Uncle Suman, cheers to a brand new year. Please, who is responsible for the removal of our refuse in our homes? I don't know of other areas in Cape Coast, but at Amamuma, the situation is getting out of hand. Every refuse bin is full and overflowing. Who is responsible for the removal, or are we to look for some people at another cost? Make Kali Agbeko. Daddy, good afternoon to you. And also was as the Abba. Patrick, the PR of CCMA, has confirmed that the 20,000 Ghana cedis that every constituency of the NDC party received a month is true. He made that confirmation on ATLFM. So the 3-month promise to fix the street light in Cape Coast was just a sound bite. What do I say for your message? Yeah, but
some are not. I got to know saying you know, but you see, me mad say, but they are just by the way.
But Maka that I have seen something going on in Cape Coast with regards to the street lighting system.
Yeah.
The last time the MC the accountability series, you know, he made mention of a certain contractor.
Profos, yeah.
Yes, Profos. Government of Ghana were contract, you know. In fact, in my area, in the Mihuni first, that was later part of December, no more. There were 2 to 4.
Yeah.
The old post, you know, were checking Ahumano and Ogudoro Kodume with some areas in fact this boom area here and Pome with the way to be a war your own age more. I don't know.
No, there are a lot of things happening in Cape Coast. He takes Obi Awaji, you don't pay no Hoshe. No, Baka,
Ebia Onhuni, or
last time, issue started with the issue of clinic. Me catch and man location, Crow or Danko Crow, Crow or Bofedru. I will go that warrior with boreholes now. Fortunately for us, this coming Thursday, there will be a lot of activities in Cape Coast.
All right.
Even there were commission some of the projects. Even so they be so our castle to start. Indeed, there are a lot of things that are happening in Cape Coast. At America, the child will be a wide and you don't pay no bribi, no pedo. If nothing at all, if I stand take a new an amoba. So, Porto patching. Cape Coast, I need you have roads, Mace Morty. Hoping there, 11 kilometers for 10 kilometers for north, 10 kilometers for south. What at least major maintenance work on our route. So, I over and I to be a me finish over and Anka to enjoy your first and take. Anka to now, no so convince me. That's what because I'm on question one fancy school. No, now, no, see, I mean, that's what this is one question because this super no answer fancy me, you know, super. There are a lot of things happening under Honorable George Justice Atta. You see, my yanta say there, you're a chill or man. I mean, me too, Uncle Amina, Obi criticizer, me say ne criticism more pedotre. Now we try to find a way of resolving it. But over in there, say be Oka Krona e penny will free if you are a cage now you are in Bokono and Moko. You make sure that we are all building Cape Coast. And I'm sure that by far, Honorable George Justice Atta is doing extremely well. Extremely well. Extremely well.
Do you know something? We'll probably have some time.
Yeah.
Then, in Komoyi. Some of the projects, I hope that the commissioning will be there.
Yeah.
Now, some of the commissioning or and then the short cutting so that there can and then questions about we know how to answer those questions.
Yaba had it in America, but that is just by way of answering Anchor too. And on Shannon's appointments to Thursday, I'm sure don't send him baby or no Macadey or Cadenchi, your Cadenki paint to white or blue. In Tabintina, you paint to blue. You know, the characters like that, you 1 year, Papa.
But I see, Patrick, but Eyakwa, Yami Aduma on the 31st of this month, the NPP party, your party, Waboko to the polls and then elect one of the aspirants to lead them into 2026. So far. And Yoma recorded there has been a lot of service about area Kumpa about Toma. They are projecting Honorable Kennedy ahead, and there was one projected Dr. Baumia ahead.
Kwame Namada say minchia wait full bill na minchia MPP for our film manto nyara. Hey Kwame, my brother Patrick ne submission but the last ending is me feed it's Osuka Kranti. Me jina na name ne mapecho to say the characters like that. I know they're not negatively, but what I can't summon me jina hona mapecho yamba fifu frum agato for minimum relationship into I was Kwame na on a more serious note, me feel the MPP hen election information is key and right information is paramount. Kwame tell you, information is key. Rightful information is what? Paramount. Inti ya mete sedem Crawford can I draw a large na drainage na hen kona yezel for election do. Oh there. It can MPP constitution article 5 talks about the organization of the party. Also, men can verbatim by me paraphrase. Well, by organize the party at national level, and it will start from polling station to electoral area to constituency to region and to national. That is the organization of the party. Now, if by election of the presidential candidates, it can Article 13(1) of MPPA Constitution. Also, the election of the party's presidential candidate shall be held not later than 24 months before the date of a national election. The date and the venue of the election shall be decided by the National Council, provided, however, that the National Council may, on appropriate occasion, vary the dates. The locus is in the hand of the National Council. What mandate the electoral committee the 1 year. On task them, the fact there over the years, from polling station, doesn't mean there they be out there them the year. On task them, na draw na attention na it can obi send message na it draw na attention with the constitution. I think there in Kobesiwara because frequently I hear Trump then people are getting it there. You be wrong. Yes, not all party members agree. In fact, what National Council we are what waba and the majority decision was made was here Juma Obiara no Obiara no or support this particular up to down approach, but honestly in chede Kentiara de bia dem maye no ono no oide ye mekande mi Kwame na 31st ye kai obi obekita franka ozamen oye fie egwa na ato ena embrewa wo fie no wasn't kona to gwa wolbeyi obiara wobeyi obia obezi yen Kwame na nipa enum na original ye papa mo enum obia ye beautiful excellent man on his or her own. Why ye juma ma party? Why ye juma ma Ghana? Wasom was the MPP nyima oyeye. Ba Kwame na abri biara na nimu kenzinya Nyankopon oyeden oyin odu bibi Nyankopon suma Moses bia odu bibi no zi Elijah na Elisha mo wohihye nkom bia nta biara ina obia Nyankopon oyede
Moses kra no dwumedi wenwie Aaron bochiado
nti abibiara ina obia Nyankopon prepared de omezi ne nkrofo wanyim Kwame na imprempren ya yewomi mo hwe kukuo mu a mehu de the odds favors Dr. Alhaji Mahmudu Bawumia Kwame na ibazi nti na America dam 1 ehwe papa nisu ina ne band the persona ina ne character ne charisma ina ne leadership qualities a owoni mu a ihu de say yema no kwan no busy party na yima obeboa. Aside that, the way obeye vice president wa Ghana elevated the seat of vice presidential position kwamina by the making of a 1992 constitution. A vice president wunjuma ye bien. You chair the police council and the president in you are Ashwechi Zaman. On constitution is this there. You can't make any major decisions. But Dr. Alhaji Mahmoud Bawumia, His Excellency, Obezi Vice President, yenyim nusu na neban in the mesma ode ezi. Kwamina, share the policies na za o champion ya botu aban NDC led by Munuya Sami Jemfi in one machinery in the communication outfit threw a lot of dust to them pay. But woba bemi time we vindicate one day them as seven and worker for Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia no huina onye no kwa. Kwamina ekor ye hen gold reserve. Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia oba Benjamin. Now from 2021 on de ye kwa ahochiri me ne be no hu de no. Odi yetum ye bibi amagana se oyenye bi oboto ye ndo a yetum ye gina ye nado. Enti ozi gold for reserve ozi be. Kwamina gold for reserve ye wom 3. Ye wo kro ye gold for reserve nankasa nkasa. Eni ye wo kro oye gold for oil. Eni ye wo kro oye gold for forest. Enti wakoton gold na ina was bi ajibaze oil. Wakoton gold na boba bia oba na was a ko abe sika onye Ghana cedi enti dollars na wasesa bi into dollars. Ina was bi esie amadachi bi oneye bi bohena yetumi ye Kenya. Enti ishe from 1960 to 2021 any gold reserve ni na Kwamina oye 8 tons. In fact, at the time Kwame Nkrumah where they want to gold in be one for being seen in a wakoto what the then London market. Intino one ton wa Ghana hara in a quarter of London market at Bloomberg price near Zaba. But it's Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia na dreaming muna ozi bed yen to wa Ghana here na for yesika yen fonto wa bra ye be fia bemun in them 8 tons near to me about 30 tons yeze aka ho Kwamina onu chraw nipa owo ahofama biom mo papa mo nua bema Sami Jemfi ozi papa si ho osupen oyokohyi oye liar oye corrupt worker for company be offered Haptel. In fact okaka United Showbiz UTV the worker for Haptel about 1 ton electricity company of Ghana was ama one ma idu wobilim pa wumitan orid Kwamina said to me but wo be abemi we be hu there sana dam asam na Sami Jemfi kan at that time ino onyim there onye no kwar but was the tonodo ba wo be we be hu there until them nemom at the time Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia na nitrimi yezen ma waka for company aba wa ma ye electricity bill no bu akofom at that time 2024 ye be fia bemin Kwamina in every household ehu say he use 1 kilowatts of energy in a tua 1 cedi 78 pesos, which is equivalent to $0.12. But in there be so there oyahen. How much are we paying? Into weighing vindicate Bawumia. Biom Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia kade yen economy no or to me formalize the economy no near the inzama tutu kwanim. His Excellency John Dramani Mahama Mkedo Kejina Accra wire rally. Osin Kranfozi they don't eat digitalization. What's that when you knew word na wonam? But if I'm quoting Ghana today, on 26 December, President Mahama His Excellency catch a Ghana funyina de inyo abananeze infrastructure be atutu kwema yalba build on it our digitalization yes adiji sika wo toll booth. And now they are going to link who can to your bank account, to your mobile money account. And to say chuma no baby it your toll booth and directly one more message na what's was the film. And to say Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia all preach there. You able to be use digitalization. Yes, that formalize the economy. Now we raise the taxes and all. Sana oya no kware. Dr. Kastle Atuba Forcing confirmed it in his 2025 and 2026 budget. There, because of taxes in Bina way everyone now they are coming to enforce laws. Now we organize taxes and now we leverage on digitalization to accrue more taxes to the government. Beyond, how will they be able to do this? Bawumia, His Excellency Alhaji Behu there. Abana wabe konina.
This digitalization, was there a foundation?
Oh, but
or building
it's a submission in a nkabatasi. It's a submission.
But I need to ask, was there a foundation?
Definitely.
Okay. So it's not a new thing.
It's a new thing.
But you've confirmed that there was a foundation.
There was a foundation in the Wazeria the Mazen. Kwame maybe so send there a kutu or homoboa. Say kutu to was here orange juice. Na so be but 10 orange juice into as a for no. You get my knowledge.
The innovation, Abba.
You get my knowledge. Critical thinking. Biom, Kwame Dr. Alhaji Mahmoud Bawumia Bohu there. Hen Ghana. Hen address system on ye into be our property employee.
Okay, so you have 2 minutes to.
It is a CCMA. What pede? What did you in Crawford can raise the taxes? Who into the Yen should be near leverage on yen address system into digitalized address system. Yamfa no so yamfambra, nyamfa mobaze ma ende. Can and be paying baby I to my eco porter, paperless port and enzama or introducing as in or yaza or bena or bebwa. It is a MPP, a sia hinde to a hen work to aba on 31st January was a yobia on my flag bearer. In Quafu 5 no be qualified by a bissa yam there. Juana odds in the favor. Eba some. In the NDC, Wabakafa, Dr. Alhaji Mahmoud Bawumia no wa oya fofura yenyim wana ne nanso owofo nti se accounting student le cost benefit analysis obahu de iwe wo nyinara Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia wo ahead than all of them nti oye etum yamano akwenja na obezi henenyim ni etum yeko near wrestle power with NDC. Biom Masama mekacha NDC business Masama miss NDC for in there. Obi ka also one for Duchumumra, one for Kennedy Mra, one for adai ni mo one a one ka humpo was one go to aban one. But the question I maybe say minuanum MPP for what say the NDC for one for yinimra ni there. Say ye kete NDC for one ano. Ni ye kai dem nipa na NDC for kana. Munya Patrick NDC for what about madam
NDC for new voting right or NPP for one.
No, me say what suggest today.
It's a suggestion.
Yes, let me be some anum MPP for there. Say what about madam Nipana Anna NDC for Beja when you pan. No, about my
Patrick Aqua Medasi. I mean, call Patrick Yabua here for the do. Evod.
Uncle the more caring and it's nearly you and two Abama Baumiana. Oh,
MPP from two Abama Doctor Bao.
Ghana fast some America. Then the Navy and Ghana from two Abama Baumia.
MPP for Univia.
Ghana from two Abama Baumia. If you open the engagement. Yeah. Mwaka waka kana yeah beginning now one after the other. But the end of the matter can nye there. Same people for what to about Dr. Bawumia. Ghana phone to my Dr. Bawumia na. Dam no pedo ka Ghana. Abamna ya ko yenyimu. Sisi anchenyi me the petrol no boy forcing beer.
Dr. Bawumia undeserved to be a president.
Abamna enyim the petrol no boy oil forcing beer.
Petrol one no.
So ya the petrol one no ma. Nche the same case nche yi one no be ahye ne yefunu ma so nyim there so nyim petrol ye bia
why would you compare the price of petrol to beer
na me ka sure there odu mbiri bia na petrol no boya zensin beer bande petrol no boya fosin beer nje mu video bi no mu so wonye anche wonu petrol one MP for a wager in no to me free coupon for taxi drivers because in the petrol 9 cedis per liter. This is how far yaba agwamna ye mo bia ansa ne mfa yem bese na yechiru. You see, Dr. Baumia has it anyway more there nyema bi obobobo ya odesha Dr. Baumia. We already know his record. Into us abaze Sami Jemfin mu twa akoshi de shed hinzi ne wo ya akoshi. Oh, ya kasa na mo aho ya shafe for frase. No Dr. Baumia, you see, sometimes you can digitalization. Yes, I understand that there's a need there. Yelling technology to tax collection. Metase. But sometimes it's now one be someone there. MPP for watching the Ghana and one quarter in water hana. I was forcing Yama down the throat of Dr. Baumia. May show the Nana Crampos are. You were Hana, walk a train. About Dr. Baumia Wabo of run Ghana card. Dr. Baumia was the Ghana card Bagana. Was he the originator of that? But he be a one now, be a Dr. Baumia achievement. Over Ghana card. Is it no shameful? Uncle Messi, no work, and okay, baby, my house abazi, he elevated Brofakasi, he elevated the position of the vice president. Otasedan elevated the position of the vice president.
Dr. Baumia, time you the very much vibrancy of the vice president.
Uncle publicity, me a PR person. Publicity does not necessarily mean impact.
Oh, okay.
Publicity, no impact on your pepe. I can be all over the place.
So he was being just
busybody, no boyfriend, busybody. What was the impact? What was? You see, I know what policies. I am busy many people for there. Over the governance is all about policy. One district, one factory. At the end of the day, one district, one factory gave us an unemployment rate of 14.9. The highest within a long time. It is a big one that is the originator of one district, one factory. The essence of one district, one factory, it can one policy manual now is to reduce youth unemployment. But
the 14.9 Erican, it wasn't a year-on-year figure. It was a monthly figure.
Yes. Whether it was a year-on-year or monthly figure, what I'm trying to communicate in there, the reason I was offended. One district, one factory is to reduce unemployment. On your nota. It is a now our system no more. Next year, a monthly figure of even 14.9%. Assess the impact of one district, one factory. Was Ashen. Is it on record? Is it not on record? The PDS. How do you Ghana for your through? You know what work for PDS bay? What about Ghana for one light bill to the tune of 600 million Ghana cedis? Wokazi. That is a record of Dr. Baumia. In the
PDF Kodi.
I'm going to over him. So what did you Ghana for light bill? We were free there. Per the conditions, or it will probably be bank guarantee. What change bank guarantee to an insurance guarantee? Dr. Baumia. Oh, Ebe, Munia.
Allow him. Munia. I will also give him a chance.
Ask yourself, there's a kind of PDS JJ in over him. Have they accounted for that 600 million now? What did you abobofo one light bill hona? So you see, ANC Erican, you knew there. This election has been cooked for Dr. Baumia. Obianim. But Nyan and this for near able 10 people for there. One Toma Dr. Baumia and one Toma Dr. Baumia. This election say one. Metase every political party be our internal wranglings. But check Maza was your one on Yenyum Gwasa. Otumophobia do ho ne personal life. To me catch you are impotent. To me catch you onyimi nyansa. Na koka nsema okaka stick fan stick away fra. Ana mo nka bi ncho men threaten dey nyim America ka. You see, the mean nyinara onye aza wa characterize when about 2 years but in ordinarily the case you flag bearer there's no problem. But even the personal attacks That is why I am make the CCM people na leader nywana ekeke sisi oba suspendo. Ekeke Dr. Baomia na asem sisi oba suspendo. You know asema wankasa worka. Take campaign obiare ye. Reason that MPP true MPP for from this fake MPP or you. True MPP
we only know one MP.
Oh, nyame malami MPP nyimi MPP nyeda. One o me ehun dey true MPP na fake MPP. Anambo ankwam na mekan. One o me ehun na MPP always is your fake. Into me make reference to fake MPP.
An individual being or making
Professor Frimpong Boateng is a true and true blue. MPP.
No free there or MPP.
Into me quota no
virtual MPP.
I don't know why me ehun there. I know why me ehun there you fake MPP you true MPP. Into make reference to fake MPP according to Professor Frimpong Boateng. Most of them, one reason what criticized Baomia is based on the economy. Because that was what we know him for. Now that's a catcher and there. His Excellency President Akufo-Addo former Ozene Beidon Beye economy ni yay. Into policies and program all Kenny was geared towards making sure the economy no why ye. That is a question or the ultimate answer. And son when yakukudum pode or contest. Is it mistakes or worry any there? And Martin FMP before anu bebre. Ogana foze e charge na obo mbobo na watwa mo. That is a mistake awoye. Nyede charge na keke. They compare your record. And by far Dr. Baomia, His Excellency, has been the worst vice president at Yenya based on record that we show.
Really?
I'm telling you, the head of economic management team at a point in time, even J. General Rollins Netam and Ewoku, we were not experiencing this kind of economic hardship. Inflation at a point in time, okra could do 54%. Tell me, he should tell me.
We had world economic meltdown.
The worst economic meltdown that happened in this world was experienced in 1913. 1937. Into what are they trying to talk about? Dr. Baomia no catch him. Taman and face challenges. His Excellency John Dramani Mahama na Abdo. Okay there. Obandan economic world economic Ogwani baby and Oba Kagana Unquetin. He told us that. Under COVID, we saw economists who were doing better than us. COVID is called by one parliamentary candidate. There, one fancy one party. That is the record of MPP led by Dr. Baomia as head of economic management here. Kawasam. In Zankwamna, wakasa, why are you in there? Man over present Dr. Baomia there, a bafufra wawan. But these are his records. Aba sabno kechen, one look is sidunu. Or the kids now my IGP. At the end of the day, let's see in 17 cities. That is the record of Dr. Baomia. Since a war project in there, I don't know why elevate presidency is Amen. At the point in time, under Dr. Baomia, no one my pensioners. I don't know you my who MPP one now will be. At as my president Akufo-Addo Kenya. Also, that is his worst decision I will take as a president. Instead of them, I'm in one campaign, Chonko Bob Wana, into when they may fear and Chawara Pochau. That should have been their poster. Because President Nala, Obezi, Norma Dr. Baomia, Akonya Mobile, head of economic management team. Ogodu Pagana Future, Dr. Baomia, no Pagana Future. But now, Bezi, Chilefono, or better Ghana Fundo, Bafofer. That is his record. Pensioner, why you Juma, while Punomfonis can fancy a Ghana for. These people wickedly were more on haircut. Me binumu wi arehosam ibinumu sikanka wozu twedumpo no wonye bi mfa ntedru nde enya kokoduru abetena radio do there Dr. Baomia elevate and abaze vice president position no with this kind of wickedness ayehuni nza agwamna yenyim wonsuban and yenyim based on moaye there's nothing newer was Abraham but mayeru hu Ghana bi bia nyuwa ye share people for catch na henu Petro ya sisi ya wako for me. Nye ndisi fonkweti na wato MPP for wato. Muni ya Patrick or driver auto Petro nibi. Last time, mfe yimfensi. Shemesima nyama aya house conditions are improve amada general citizenry. Ya wahaya but now 2024. Ya ka emo 5 kg no basam. Bread and butter issue on in your politics. Na Cindy Rice what on 120 cities. In the ekita less than 80 cities, they many Cindy Rice. Munya Patrick, what to be easy, no way. That na wa show na obaka chem the Dr. Bawumia no policies was the buyer na more water 120 cedis. A gallon of rice at a point in time was being sold at 1,200.
And in the economic situations assessor.
I'm the economic situation ben was assessor. More classical example. I was saying this in China. That's why you share them in the and I give them just 2 examples. Prudent financial management only that ibesi su trade almost a cow as a good example ni ECG American ECG one audited account from 2023-2024 nchehuni wo project mo bia huni one budgeted expenditure and was spent was 20 million Ghana cedi. They ended up spending 80 million Ghana cedi, in excess of 60 million under their watch. In the ECG is making profit. That is prudent financial management. And you are saving 60 million Ghana cedis to help them. In time
Patrick,
but President Mahama membu aye. Sometimes you be see one there. Until na membu oya corner them. Last time Obi Kebribi there, Obiaro to survive under President Akufo-Addo Dr. Bawumia won't reign. Onya atembu biu. O say that them 8 years not tembu anu winyan.
Okay. I sir, I will finish. I want historians to Obana Wabaman a brief history about 1995. Obia sent a message that in 1995 inflation was 59% under NDC, and I've also checked, and it's true. In 1995, the inflation was 59%. Ghana.
This is about comparison. In 1995. Check. I'm also a student of history. At the time, 1995, 1992, na yeshe democracy as wa Ghana. Oh, yeshe democracy as wa Ghana. Look at the years of transition. Just 3 years after entering into democratic dispensation. It is it's not a surprise.
So that transition caused for the higher inflation in 1995.
3 years after experiencing democracy.
Okay.
Fourth Republic, 3 years. Compare that to Bebeye Drabo to CCR. So if we are making a comparison of a timer, not just 3 years under Fourth Republic, to Bia, Yashisha Nyamabo to CCR, now use that inflation as against 1995 inflation. Nanchane and we important MP before Baba.
Patrick, you're going here for the better say. Okay. Hey, Patrick.
PR on Tonobo.
5 minutes.
Obakasa manem fiatodo. Bade ya good bane ya starto. Kwamina, when starting fi baby was the end day no.
Yes.
You see, in him there me Dr. Bawumia to me a data man. Yes, His Excellency Nanado Dankwa Akufo-Addo kede the domestic exchange program no. It was one of the difficult decisions for him to take. But listen to the economic advisor to the vice president, Hen Papa Sherif, on Joy News, as reported on John Online. There, yes, Tidama president Nekede, DDP no ina oya zenen, say it has largely contributed to the economic and the structural reforms we are seeing currently. Kwamina, book no lie. We are seeing currently. In fact, as a result of the DDEP, it has given this government about 8 billion. Biom. Abasho kotokum. Biom. Kesatu ba forcing ne budget mu. Told us there at that time Abano in Zama Ozigugu Akwem as confirmed by IMF and World Bank. Mean to be quote one. Enti Abane Jano gross international reserve.
So en Zama dam no Gugu Akwem.
On the Mribowe. Maka Kuracho. DDEP Oma Yentues can Omachi Gotokuma. Gross international reserve. In fact, the economy expanded to 1 trillion. Compare 2024 GDP and 2025 GDP. On the make sure the macro part of the economy and the micro part of the economy is not in sync. Kwamina, the bread and butter are something Kwamina minzemo make class minzemo. Minya mo ba champesi, minya mo brozi na mkontombra minzemo. Ghana obi atu ya light bill. Obi atu ya water bill. Enti se economy no ejina nanado. Maye papa Kwamina, in 2017, Nanado will increase liable. In 2018, there was 17.5 reduction. 2019 17.46 reduction, 2020 no increment, 2021 no increment, 2022 no increment. In fact, yerbefi abane to workers wanaka tube 30%. These are the bread and butter issue. Obia knows more. And check. Yet our catch and there. Yes, the economy ye na dollar and the petrol ni shia oma wo libel okofo mobwa. That is what we all knew. Kwame na mobwa otden biom. My brother ehu say policy no one tasa munyo PR otase. But oyem who as critical of NDC for try to poo 1D 1F. Kwame na memo 4 pe. Ya hwe kra no 1D 1F one no economic transformation, value addition, and to create jobs. Kwame na kasa di ropa say nipa ko in the wofa no ho mpo do onye adwuma o man pay mahama ne time in kasa di ropa ho. 2 ekunfi juice factory ekunfi juice factory Kwame na eku juice o man pay mahama ne time in eku juice ho. One for nipa krupo no ye juma. The outgrowers, one a would do pineapple. Natural drivers are walk back for one hour. Laborers in the year say eco US. Most of the grocery shop, eco juice or Kwabina, Triford ceramics, wire tiles. I'm paying my hammer the time. In a war. In a would have tiny tiles in the war. Kwabina, ever pure sachet water, and ever pure bottled water. And the 1D 1F. I'm paying my hammer the time no ho. In fact, equal in the woman the equal wala wale, you will factory away watermelon. Please, BRO. Now, but Kwamina, industrial revolution on Turkey, on your event or your process. In fact, in central region, we have about 15 1D 1F initiatives are no good claim. I people pour a cylinder. Eko go bua heyara why akoti why lead bulbs kwamna mobua. In fact eko jukwa infuom edible youth bibi why engu enazo ho se nipa 2 3 impo the warrior why one man on ejuma why on man pay mahama keche hende. Anybody who believes in the 24-hour economy and does not believe in 1D 1F, another unbelieve in 1D 1F, no believe in 24-hour economy, because 24-hour economy is talking about industrial transformation and revolution. Into they say then you sit here PRO. Dama mama bubwe nipa 1 nipa 2 mpo no ye adwuma ho wa man kofo one sar ko wanana wo tua taxes wazama Ghana fo kwamina biom ka na okaka no ka na yo ye dem na wo ye dem kwamina obiara nyim. These things are not in the shelves. Obiara nyim. Dr. Alhaji Mahmoud Bawumia nimwazina obwe. Yes, mijetum. We had crisis. We have difficulties with the economy. But I'm coming to tell you, Dr. Kastle atoba force nankasa ne 2025 budget mu okacha hende because of the time no economy no wa expand na economy expand as ukra is bohu ye the GDP growth rate. Enti one stabilize 2025 no economy no so bo grow ni projections no when two we meet because Bank of Ghana will withdraw about 60 billion cedis into kwame na say inflation na ye hun or your positive inflation. The positive inflation in there kwame na the rate in zamana borotton in ozerba so your yaza or your disinflation in kode hu there. In Zamana Buna, it will affect all sectors of the economy. But Zayehui or your imported inflation because Sikanye system no. And once purchasing power of Nkwofu or Kofoma will test or reduce. Enti se Sikanye muha munkotwaze. Mumwa. Sikanye muha munkotwaze. Into all my prices in oye then on cost.
It's every day Sikanye
system no mu Kenya system no mu nyam na America to force in Orca but I say
kwame na bio
mesban
and as if simam
ojabutar But man receive. Say sikawo system ni mu a nke 2025 honorable Kastle atoba forcing on can change that say measure the metrics of growth. Also it was led by the ICT center and other the services sector. The rare economic growth in Asia the topana ni kesina boko agriculture, oboko industrialization, oboko construction. Were they able to implement the big push? Were they able to implement 24-hour economy?
But the big push is on. Big push is going on. Why any kind of fatakra do kwanidu? Contractors good at what you juma. I've been there. I can justify.
It's a fatakra kwando wahe.
I answer. Big push is going on.
Kaswa kwani. Yes. Winiba akrakaswa odbre.
And started by Nanado government.
And or a big push.
Oh, na
maybe sawasam kwani
nyamuta. Aka big push na my trobi akobo ma awaba no starting. Messi, I can tell you on a fact. Essay. Oh, and I said Winiba de Marco minim. Na Messi orokodo.
Orokodo. 2025 now we in budget ni mun. When 2 months start, but start 2026. It is a warrior on or your own on that.
But I say, I have seen Mangasa, Marco, the project is going on. Patrick.
MPP pay eh na me do betan kaka ni economic terms alalo amina lo ntase onyi mo kaka oya oh
come wait here for the photos are what you see it's all
Anchor the photos a big push minka the photos Messi mehu big push project or record minka the photos asem
you difference between a township road and a big pusher say you difference between township roads donye avan a highways are oduwa e boto ye money a cheche yentire MPP funa was a graveling naka one achievement you know we chokwan from how to China anyway oya na waka Dr. Atoforson oda akohwin odishe papa nyimzinyo otedam odishe nyimzinyo otedam agwamna fact check it for me April 16 2025 your city my city online I say tariff hikes part of IMF conditionalities Atoforson. The Minister for Finance, Dr. Kastle Atoforson, has clarified that the recent utility tariffs increases announced by PURC are part of Ghana's ongoing obligation under its program with the International Monetary Fund. This follows PURC's announcement of 14.7 increment in the Ekana Asowa Noyeme. Say Dr. Forson explained that the adjustments were necessary to unlock the next tranche of $370 million from IMF. Ntangwamina, ibinimu barber was a amemfe zo towards the chirimba. No one sunsuando na yeruhun. And you see, any year can employment asama. Oh. Munya. Adjustment over IMF ones in the onyantu do. Anyawa ntibofo nchana abofo na waye wo mbofo. Adjustment ye kan wasamen or your upward adjustment until bofin chen one way one bofin agwamna na ye kan one district one factory wasama. Is it about supporting private sector instead of as your what that do ye wa agwo na no kaka wona azi nyina ho.
But it was a deliberate policy like the 24-hour economy and so a deliberate policy a government to say the target is the private sector.
Agwamna nti anenti na odo ye nyina nwanwa. There it is only MPP. Na the more wo gbe yejuman, the more youth unemployment or koso. Inimo we magicians so. The more wo gbe yejuman, the more nkofu nye yejuman ye. MPP pe na okita dam record. Na wa abobo kasa di ropa, na wa abobo offended hinze obo juice drink be offended.
Eku juice.
It's a private enterprise they're supporting, which is not bad. This thing has been there. That was why we were advising them. So we say our future. The tax incentives are worth for what's because tax incentives as a company why vibrant each one unemployment employment ratio no one a lot of indicators go into it but no what you change the chips no one for so no you win a cow boy under one district one factory as against even unemployment you win the CCR into munia one district one factory as some say men can want some again us in there Dr. Atoforsen saba okade DDEP no and then one man foundation was abas now onte manaken as one animal can as one animal can IMF I don't know saba more IMF offend and one report no oh Sheriff in your IMF and even doubt what he said. More IMF one document in what I will read it to you. You see, as a president, Akufo-Addo never say we no know what was the best. Today you are claiming it was a foundation for what? And is it not also strange? The you know me. Yes, there some of these positive indicators. What's all your fluke? Then at a point in time, even a money working, or your rehearsals are weighing with you. Abanano or your imported inflation because one pump is getting into the system. What we actually win there, CD in a long war for 12 consecutive times. What performing? At one bar for this year, can. May you winning in a Dr. Bawomian, Yama Papa, you go a cream the young. Aban Coffin, and you want to Ghana. Aban and Coffin, and you want to Ghana. One, as I hear, non sustainable. Two, as I hear any as economy minimum or bandaman, if one wonder they may be in our own ye no. Wakacha hand there, may you win the Siciano, Dr. Baomian and Yama Papa to go up. To Dr. Baumia said, Dr. Baumia, when the MPP government, when just she, when that and your Papa, you are building on. Bobby in Cham, hinting with the giant. Or your CD to dollar now, and I ended to GDP ratio, and now inflation, and now IMF conditionalities. On chain another with the jam. Meeting her on chain another with the jam. Agwamna into young kade sebi obianyo we have sat on this platform yaka where there is the need for us to praise them yabo na about but the generality of the Ghanaian yeka hwasemu the bread and butter issue ne yeka hwasam also nzemu but ofoka moboa obe ofoka. Say if MPP in the world looking at the rate of petrol not now, you're sure that by now, baby, he would have spent thrice or twice the amount of spend in the CCR. Why is he not congratulating the government? I just know your pump is a car. See, sometimes maybe someone there say you. It's even fancham. Dr. Baumio Nimi Nyansa. No, but Magana Falcon, which you man for 8 years. While you don't my economy, your papa, it goes to its own credit. Now I'm a Nyamaya Basa. These people. No work at a 21-man management committee anyone ejuma just to bring CD down. 21 nyimpa nkoko 21 when you meza obeza in there wobama CD no nye dollar no wabo form 8 good years when tumu anye damazi obi aba ozinyeme gu akwem na kacha hende awu 8 years ade ntuma anye nyeme ezigwu akwem na obire ye obi we can tell that to the Marines.
But Patrick, I mean awunya so ya beja to me there. It is not just one off a day. NDC, what things are normalized. Things have been normalized. In fact, there was something. Now, about 2 years, you try to develop or build on it.
That's what maybe said there. What was that something? What was that? What is it there? Was set in motion. We have built on that.
I want to know NPP will ask you once you obey even policy span would you go Akuma your first year you were able to achieve such.
Thank you very much for that question. Economy, I was very glad that President Mahama will be a steady economy be back there. President Akufo-Addo catch and they can't pay it. Do you know why? Because Ghana and economy no. Or you're so fragile there. Anytime a speculations be saying it affects price differentials. I brought for friend of them. That was why I'm confessing then was speculate $20 $20. MPP for the second payday. Confidence in the leader and in the economy crown on my investors waba. That is one thing President Mahama has. Since you are investing in Ghana, that is one. Recently, you read a Nigerian report. They are investing close to 100 million. Nigeria next door neighbor $100 million in Ghana economy. Why? Because they have belief in lead and awarded view. The second thing has to do with prudent financial management. More ECG example. Ankwamina, ECG at a point in time had more than 20 accounts. I was the Jessica. Abujina po Dr. Bepe no sisu ni nyinano. Today ECG is making effort. Yehobi waha NIB was not NIB go to a point. I know what an NIB. And then under the management and the leaders of NIB, you go in your backado okay on our careful. You NIB will make a profit. So Ankwamina, it is the prudent financial management strategies NBs are banzi go akwem. Ana ne yeka wasam. Onya magical. The last part I yeka wasam. What try the obey onye this gold aboard here yeka wasam. You see, ye nu anomo one thing yamana Ankwamina. Assuming this account power can which IMF are clarified on Yanokor. Assuming
IMF now clarified.
IMF catcher and there. Those account bono are not a result of gold board one ankasa one. It is because last time we him secure dollar ya to yare. And you made Bank of Ghana won't rate.
Yes.
Maybe a black market so won't rate. Now, if they are doing their calculations, they do the calculations based on Bank of Ghana when you read. What gold boss seek to do in there? One pedant for smuggle gold in his quantity. So Bank of Ghana can here to gold in Abia 3 cities. Okay, one eye and one is in Kitan with Zenu, maybe 23 cities. I found 5 pesos. Those differentials, which are not in the books of gold board, but because of the transactions, Bank of Ghana, one was this kind of gold bomb was here at Amazon. That was why the Missikanon Waba. So to them, accounting for your book make out, it is not in reality, which they have clarified. But you Mr. Man Russell says you go to Boson and Enfi. Na inyama aya haramatime for the Masisia Yeruhi. Which one do we like? Yaba Mia Yehu. Na ekom azem kwofo te dem yehun wo MPP abandon.
May I say Patrick Yabua Hayford meba IMF insists on $214 million gold board losses, urges risk management reforms. The International Monetary Fund says its assessment that the Ghana Gold Board recorded losses of about $214 million remain unchanged. The assessment contained in an IMF report was discussed in the staff report for the 5th review of Ghana's IMF-supported program. Responding to the question at a press briefing on Thursday, 15th January 2026, IMF Director of Communications, Julie Kozak, said the fund had already addressed the issue in details. Julie Kozak explained that although the program helped build international reserves and reduce pressure on the foreign exchange market during a challenging period, it also resulted in a government-related loss of about $214 million. She also explained that the losses arose from trading activities, fees, and exchange rate movement, adding that while the loss is formally captured on the government fiscal balance sheet, it ultimately represents a cost to the states. So, one note, 3 things: trading activities, fees. 3 things: trading activities, fees, and exchange rates movement. So that was yes. All right, Ebusia, my main kind of message kakrana yanko enenim. Yes, 10 seconds.
What's me yazan? Na ye wadwin de be disika. Bloomberg rate ekwoto gold 14 cedis. Wo Bloomberg rate 14 cedis. Na boton ama Bank of Ghana and other banks in Osende Iji Woska. It's kwoto gold. Na everybody dollar name bama one na is a bama one old rate as 9 cedis and not 10 cedis. You have lost about 14 cedis.
Only Bisa
trade losses and the foreign exchange differentials. So tell me yes na. all then no 1,000 na boazin biom say Bank of Ghana Johnson Esiama say the summary sheet for economic and reform data report of Bank of Ghana May 2025 say Johnson Esiama me quote Johnson Esiama told us there, yes, they came and met there sika oho, but them attribution is as a result of hen export or a CD hen import, and we had a surplus of about 1.4 billion Ghana cedis, which is equivalent to 0.9 GDP. Into the miskano biom no catch there in the history of Ghana. There is nowhere amphibia bar cocoa prices and gold prices so parts 1 million. In fact, I can IMF coordinate report that the woman who also attributed this to them Johnson Esama Wakan and gave credit to Dr. Baumia.
All right.
Yeah. Okay.
Patrick Akwabedase. Hey, okay. Engineer Shamaba Dina Benya, they should put this in their head. Political appointees will go, political appointees will come. That's politics. Greetings to visionary leader and innovative VC for University of Cape Coast, Professor Dennis Walanyo Aheto, alias maintain Professor Dennis Walanyo Aheto as the VC. This is Captain Obed, the kettle seller from UCC. How can you say that you don't eat rice? See how people are lying because of politics. I'm just a concerned Ghanaian. I don't belong to any political party. But to say that you don't eat rice is absurd. Don't insult our intelligence. You can lie, but don't lie about something that we all know that is true. Rice is the most selling foodstuff on the market. Even if you don't eat rice, the majority of Ghanaians eat rice. In fact, now so good evening, I'm Rich K from Abra. My brother, good evening to you. I've really missed your show. I can confidently say the mayor lied about this street lighting. If you could remember, the mayor said that new poles were being mounted, but that same poles were owned by Telecel. About 2 or 3 months ago, Telecel has raised some telephone cables on these same poles. MC made mention that he was mounting for street light. I won't ask which poles was he pointing to. Also, once again, no NPP member has any moral right to ask anything about 24-hour economy. If Mahama, our president, won't do it, we are okay because of the economy. You people should come and give account to one district $1 million. SkyTrain, National Cathedral, and Pualigu Dam. You people have no shame to hold Mahama to account for 2024 economy, for 24-hour economy. Okay, where does say? Okay, I'm commenting. Bro, the situation we face now on petrol has nothing to do with any policy by Mahama. The world international crude oil price was $120 per barrel under NPP, but today it is $58. So what is PRO of CCMA talking about? And the NPP crude oil price never dropped below $90. So how do you compare 90 to 58? Please tell Patrick of CCMA PRO to get serious. Okay. Under NPP, a ton of gold was $1,000 US. Today is 4,000 per ton. These people are just joking. Good afternoon. May God bless you guys for the amazing work you're doing here in Cape Coast. In fact, May God bless the Lord Mayor, Mr. George Justice Arthur, for transforming Cape Coast in the right direction gradually. Together, Cape Coast will surely rise again. NPP should forget about 2028 and start to think about 2032. Aban Papaba. My big regards to Mr. Yeboah, our incoming General Secretary of Cape Coast South Constituency from Tunchi, Ashanti Road. Jagos from Nsawam. And so the I'll say it's Ken time, so I'm urging all NPP delegates to choose Kennedy Japan on 31st of January because he's been loved by all Ghanaians, not only the NPP supporters. So WhatsApp message kakra abenyi mako the text message in Sonodo na makan kakra ifo amo yakweni ahaya Kastle 90.3 FM memano hodo the first edition in 2026 inti wusu for message in Fabra na menkan far more fafa 0244743143 Mr. Host memao afishiapa na Nanso Honorable Ken is better than Papa no NPP as a Papa Aba Boga Anka Fufi Boga official part to you. Who is Papa no? Na me Papa ni de kwabo boy da samabo Aisha Khalifa the taxi driver men kan won so was no ewa hade. Welcome back from holidays. In fact, I miss your show. Greetings to Patrick, the PRO, Honorable Raga, Honorable Ricky Tigan, the Mayor, George Justice Arthur, and all members of the National Serial Callers of NDC, NASCA. Hey, on Yezio. Jennifer and Kamfo Michio. Dema, Honor NASCA, a secretary. Mr. Host, NPP delegate votes massively for Kenny Japan to lead NPP to win 2028 election to create jobs for the youth. Amen. From Mr. Whiteman Mori. Hey, Mr. Whiteman 2026 on your grow. Mr. Host, was there anything in 2017 the NPP met from NDC that made the economy went well? Okay. Good evening, Mr. Host. Please, the tricksters in NPP have started their thing again. Ghanaians should be watchful. They have cladded themselves in white garments, but deep inside them are dark as a charcoal. The God who delivered us from the cruel president will not allow his sons to lead us. Name wotum bonkus a me yo. Bro, good evening to you. Mr. Speaker from Abowinim. Welcome back home, Mr. Speaker Abowinim. This government tells us, we, the Ghanaians, the real economy. Okay. Mr. Speaker Abowinim. Mr. Speaker, we message, Obeya, and I would want you to resend it again. Greetings, NDC man, for good communication from George Brew. God bless the Lord Mayor George Justice Arthur for the good work done. So these are the messages. Waba mawoso zembra the last batch na yapuna makanamo 0244743143. Na yanko enenim. I think 5 minutes. We can do it. Na yetum na yafa course ka crab. Na oyaza the ambassador Victor Smith we revealed that Ken Oforata has been transferred from the Caroline Detention Center. Na per the information that we are receiving, ochimne nyame adomo ochina na ne trials no obeshase ewo ho onye onunko said nam tamaklo during the week in so ne trials no bokodo. But then the difference is that Honorable Ken Japan Ken Oforata ne trial no will be virtual. Na wetum na wakodo ewo eho. But then there is also another conversation that, according to the ambassador Victor Smith, also Ken Oforata is worried over how he will be treated if returned to Ghana. So he's willing to come back to Ghana, but he's afraid of how he will be treated. Now, honest set me back to the Attorney General. Or call our sister station Joy News File. Okay, then is it there? Ni lawyers. They called him and they will be saying how he will be treated if the Ghana will be treating here. So there was a conversation. But the question is, how is he afraid about how he will be treated? The Attorney General Kade, he will be treated fairly. Martin Pebu is saying that Oba stand in for Ken Oferata. So far, these are the information there. Hey, Patrick, more 5 minutes. So Ken Oferata is willing to Ghana, but he's afraid of how he will be treated. Say you bail conditions are whole or minima is absurd. If you go walk or court my court.
You see, Ghana Hanembra wa hadeu. Say was a bail condition be told no free day or absurd. Let me borrow your word or absurd. And in there court or to vary those bail conditions once I can find who's that.
Yes.
I have sometimes in one. If you has another Yankopon or Bonnie ye na Miss More Bonano was a if you tribia usru ayayada. Onye Ken Oforiata nse enyim occupy Ghana. Yes. Okay, occupy Ghana.
Yes.
And you don't know campaign for our lead demonstration.
Yeah.
And what were they fighting for? Accountability. President Mahama and Aban won't continue Magana, or be away this can be a wire than Ken Oforiata no campaign for no wire the Mazan. In the end, Ebezi Bano. Now what's in Yababy and Koyin to bra. The same person who seek for accountability no. Brandy and Bisa or no one, what is he afraid of? Apart from that, Anguamna, one will face justice Wagana Hanina after the way treat will be badly. Why bro be why you be basa? So what is he afraid of? Apart from that, you see, Yama why you're there. You will be no muza wotum way ye bribi. For now, our allegations in the Minkabebri. Wotum way ye bribi. Now, or expect they will treat one that were superhumans. That means a rundown of baby Oforiata Otinan. Mubo Kakra. That was a place, former U.S. Vice President, a one and naughty. Well fortified and protected.
But Ken Oferata,
what is he afraid of?
What Bobra to be in that position?
I'm not talking about the word over 2 months now or rent now. That is not my question.
Okay.
Sebi or you'll be a Sebi on Yambo Barman Canada. Into Ottawa, I have no problem. But I'm talking about the security within that area. Na Ankwamino. Obagana how one of en ribi. Won't to me. Nanan Samoke Kena, Zinina, Zugu President Mahama, and then you say, Ozugu Vice President Nufi. Bocho, Atidobia in Bribia. The law is working. And see, what is he afraid of? What is he afraid of? You see, it is only on the MPP. Eka case la to force in the case. No, you're not quoting the offendant, chief director, no Ministry of Health. No, can one prosecute one with Dr. Keselatu Forsen. This man, the medical record, no, wa suffer kidney failure. Was Nikajina court and the MPP. Obi suffer kidney failure. Was Nikajina the Kabom yi na Obisan and some.
Son no Ghana.
Uncle I'm in Bisa and Abazino Shurin. So ya pom is in a Yarabazo won't pom, but at least you would know at Apple. So what is he afraid of?
Per the US a year or better.
Exactly. Into me in a Kanye there, and it will do him a lot of good. There, but at the end of the day, court never face so. You have your day with your lawyers. And be before a lawyer. At least Nana cousin, Gabi Ocheda, control your lawyer. About to wage no Paman. Na Tatu will be so as a messy Yaman and me. At the end of the day, Mambranes and the law is the law. Who wants someone? A boko. My ma on your day, bidding to me is the one. No way, Guanaka baby. And then they create certain scenario there. What Bobayan when the baby just to run away from justice. Nyama kodo wa Ghana ha pa wa ankwamna. Nyama wa kodo wa Ghana ha under Ken Oforiata. It will be better for him than Arababa no abe cleanism. he happens to be the only minister under Fourth Republic. I stand to be corrected, do. But me record chem na continue the minister. Na ne party for when you protest against him, they won't tune azado. Does it not send a signal to you? International running in I'm sure. The narrative you then never be unquay. Because other than that, what's a man fire? Branabe you won't. In Tanquamna, the me fear seeing in Arano, Sebi or your fears in. There have been people will face justice. CCR, Dr. Atto Fawcett. He had every right. That no soon come back on baby. He was in this country. He faced justice. At the end of the day, this same court no waka chende for Umuzi. Inti abazina ochano dama oye ofuriata mister. Obotum wa bagana no webe yigi nsamsamano. What is so strange about that? When this same person was leading Occupy Ghana, demanding accountability from President Mahama Naban in 2016. It is the way the world knows a brand be yana. It's not when I say you are afraid that Ebo will treat you wrongly. Ebo obey or them, Ebo obey or them. Your best friend. Your best friend. On so no one binka Dr. Bawumia. No, any President Akufo-Addo because Dr. Bawumia Boboni economic management team, fantastic economic management team. Obon is in the count. Into Omeye with a fantastic economic management team. Or the one say. Or the one say.
Patrick,
to end it, one thing I like about President Mahama, every peswa, and he sounds this warning to now appointees. There, the President Mahama you when see no on so in Yamebido. And Mayor Kenina, it's also a signal to NDC appointees. NDC appointee be already me biano. Yan for the mazin fanya afutum fama yehu. The yeden the day of reckoning will come. Into a member na wazasha winsan, your winsa me I'm watching bi wo for the be ya na in your for yata nkatena afana Westminster wa WC.
Patrick Yabua Hayford made us say yakwa.
Yo, oye NDC abanu kotin na to forcing all force my President Mahama why ya da cocoa farmers war threaten the obeko demonstration Metro TV online Metro TV cocoa na ande ne buna kosoren wato wonto akwafo ne ka apan papa aba sidi na abefom in the yanum petrol yanum diesel yaje chu chefo ne yedi ntiamo nsem cocoa farmers ko to your hokaw farmers ko to your hokaw in the OKFM online check breed them will threaten to collapse yes. Under the watch of His Excellency John Dramani Mahama atu force and war force sikari wa hen ozamo Felix Kwacho fosu ne was a man presidential staffers. Since Saturday it's reported. Also presidential staff bia ni pay ni condition of service is equivalent to a minister. Into central region ha your minister equal ya sazo presidential staffer into central region your minister say bien scan no dibo tue kokko farmers card or the two ministers in ka ya sazo your 4 presidential aid
kind of forata
remember your 4 presidential aid I was can equivalent to deputy minister into central region your minister say bien your deputy ministers 4 in yabana would see me a dinner in kokko farmers na why you duma when you scan in case both your hoka ne jack no for atama imranyi nedi na man shechi na pupu push crofo kwame na ne sika no he kwame na abefom economy ye sika no he in the University of Ghana school for waje ho ska pepepe Clementa Park honorable minister although chi University Council wants to go wechi that want 2 school fees in Dubai force economy na e papa my brother ne boss mo boss CCM boss oba no but now the tomatoes in the tomatoes what no call say 150 pesos maybe so call say 150 how is the cocoa watch and one city
mento be 50 pesos da
into economy na ye no ni say no but na ha oka what pad na what's in the pad no bo akofo what dey my student ne bo ye dey team marketing
okay so aka 2 minutes can offer us
no don't problem mama come as magana funte na ba omiarba kwame na nche hu mo so presidential staffers mean communication fellows na goten or assistant for or consultant won you now will pay equivalent to deputy many time na me papa dia e ba sa na Patrick Orkan wuti mi nya dina nka nkoto gold na nkoto na nyeska na machodo IMF 10 billion what's that economy do you know what 10 billion can do to this economy near ato forcing is forcing these people buy their fruit ye shall know them kwame na kenofurata emi mom for phobia accountability mom for do sabe kenofurata oye adwuman no so wontua ne kaw but no on feniska on fambram kwame na enti se aye bona man kan cho de mambre no onyundi na kwame na fambra kwado ye wo bibia friend circumstantial evidence in the kwame na se me feel there me new reads asam ye kezi wo Patrick na himfie me kezi asam wo hoda the way a Patrick oka phone call fu bi mamerba na wo hurom na wo ka asaman and share ye kezi asam no ho a Patrick wa mo asen ye hurom biom and show bi mpo zaza abo mitiri mekum enti mo nhwe ho na mo nhwe ho ye jakpa ona ne nkrofo wo ko ready Kenoforata nifie o make a report to the police CID kwamina wanka ho hwe o make a report to the Ghana Armed Forces wanka ho hwe o make a report to National Investigation Bureau wanka ho hwe in fact o petition the then Chief Justice Esaba Tokonu Araba why hear the petition wo yi ni fi ho kwamina enti Kenoforata mo kan there mo ho jojom per our laws we want to ba tram absentia o say na kwamina under the 1992 constitution kwamina you don't need the witness to prosecute your case although you don't need the accused onunti in the police yin ba chi wa o say ekowiaz wo Kastle FM you have the right to remain silent and the assembly abekan it will be used against you at court of competent jurisdiction moboa biom kwamina by embremu no wobotuma ediwasam in absentia moboa so is it necessary for attorney general the Kenoforata baba in person and say we dina samana kwamina in any case sedinam Yama mi sedinam.
Yes, sedinam
tamaklo.
Sanu so watching.
Ni case wending in absentia.
Yes.
Obey. Oba Ghana.
Currently, as we speak,
no, maybe so Oba Ghana mwedi.
No, sedinam was in Ghana. And the word dia samu.
No, quite question why.
No, so oyer or
so
the case continued.
No one baby.
Yes, in case
of for that any case no but mwedi wa bro ni Ghana na.
Okay.
Yes. So what mwedi?
Yes.
Until you don't hit him.
All right.
Prosecute him. Eno na mpo wa mo say hu there the munkofi. A man come for in some na ya wo hwehwe. Okay, chamo there. Yen abefu nkitahu die do mobo na yin hon kasa since I won kan che de nyodum de obeye
okay
it is a session where na the man ko ni oforiata emi munsu so gbone do but na sami there woma pay
on daisy Patrick akwa where that say ma men ko homa no do na men pick a few calls na yenko yenyim 0244 408046 0244 408-354. Good evening. Good evening. Yes, sir. I think come out here, no, Papa.
MPP parliamentarian was Ofurata for a few people come or 94 was 95 was a former president Ofurata for Abradan whom Ofurata Islam Wakacha former president to the Oinford in MPP Fu Nala Wakata Ofurata Chido Yashi it's Nala supporters in Nala one word MPP na o Ofurata Yashi mama Ofurata Yashi na emi o na wase no uniform no Ofurata why you want that
okay
mass maybe trying to be simple MPP rep no woman only the mass me na kan wa sorry
may that say good evening
good evening I'm coming in Suman
oh Daoud
I'm coming official pa.
I think how much you know, Brapping.
I think it's here na the Benz marry.
Amino.
Madam say I'm coming and Muchia MT Papa George Justice. Na mechia kwame na mintan anko. Oye kokoro kipogan. Waka mo tamambo mo pede Cape Coast of any temple. Ya me on
On sure was.
I'm coming na mo nkoma samdo. Eyi your best MPP fo. Aye na nka wonya akonya. Nka me ma adwunuman nka won pagana fo chaw. Na oyi muhu de yedze mani hye ho nsa mfia wotwe na obi a ne nanse obe watutu gama yi na Ghana ya henwa haren na de bia wo sa ho na woye na mfia wotwe na woye den na wo kire Ghana fo koma mfia wotwe entiwe wo hwe na munya asem bia ka kire Ghana fo wa aya mama wo ma radio do wo ma hye Ghana fo ebufu na da mun kofo na wanyi won leba no wana na olibe face Ghana fo na abasem na wo be ka kire Ghana fo enti anko amina ya me hu ye dwuma ai
nka waso Daud Jennifer nka for me too
yo mba afisiapa
I think how much you know mami
na mintia chief MT amitia honorable raga so ebu ama mbo na dwuma why ogba dwuma why ade che neba Ghana ha on yanyanya ya dwen kura say ye san abekọ yechi na ya betu ya ba ye dia ma MPP na sanko fo we ekwaya omode Ghana fo fa so enye kwan kituo atọ just 1 week ni ya to aba wo se ya to fuwelim a whole vice president wo se we hu na nso to we hu a ade atin so we hu se ne komako eno se nkwada ye ti Ghana ha na ye to emo on kita sika kasia on timi ntemu angwa 1000 and then angwa ba ma 400 mpo 450 wonye ba tan bia no emo di o se ono so ndi emo da no won and go ndi mo so da obede ne wedi mo ndi mo da bia so baba ba ntia pesi because party no de no ho akoden no enye party o mo ka no kure nto mba radio so ase bufu semwe ya no mbe se ye bufu ama ye tu aba ye di tia wom no o mbe se ye da to eta mo ye ntia ye ne se ba se NPP abonti aba na mo kwaso mo de hwan na egbo mo de hwan na mo be be sia ye
me da say Jennifer all right me da say Jennifer enkafa good evening
good evening yes
oh chairman me too
minche won nyina we mo ko wa ye bo Ghana minche mo boss commander no di ele kwa mo sisi MPP fu abis man fan uzi one can change
and is the to grow
it's MPP communicate bia ozemo onde tire onzi gare tebe so wofu nsumbo what for that obaka wo nu nsu azanu ba ko fon bia na ndi futi wenzi enti wenzi bu free na azi na mo tu wozi wotu kokoo mi da wakaro kokoo ni an wuzi milo de ti chebi na ti chezo wozi man kasi ti gala ye wandan ele kwa na kede wo fandan Dr. Baumia will be so awesome that's that in actually in the pan a whole on our solution na ka say na so problem ni ala che na ba solve our problem that no onyin pa de onyin de Ghana for young check, but you know, for no be or your be balling yet because you know, you for no button calling ye, who in the end with the way. If you are white out there, so see you know,
all right.
They're Ghana for the how, well, I would edgeware the accident. So I'm more coming to the teacher. But you will let you walk over to the Labatama entity. What?
Okay, but I see. Good evening.
Good evening.
Yes, sir.
But Captain Ben,
Captain Minteo.
Alright, so for the purpose of education, circumstantial evidence is indirect evidence that does not directly prove a fact. Today, we are about to a fingerprint for crime scene, and I believe you or like what other media or about, but on other hand, yeah, like multi about circumstantial evidence being culture, or let them answer. Now, no command something. So economy all kwe nyoma babo fum na wa oho Ghana economy bibia kwe nyoma babo fum oho wa na che wala like be fo I don't understand the reason why nyoma babo fum na oho bi like I don't get it then nyoma diesel babo fum petrol babo fum still oho ma fo kwamna ne bi no ha mentasi and but me be say
me da say aba be nyodo me too
brother
all right me too
kaja me say abo adam chi ma na afishia pa
Why'd you do?
Mama Ophelia Samson.
Okay.
Hey, honorable Ejeku. Ya shin papa. Kacha na musu mama na afishia personal kokra. Na e naskafo. Yes, you had Nibra as a babran.
All right.
No one
you.
Yes, you had Nibra as a chin. In the name of Honorable George Asafata. Yes, a brand. Hey, what's on a crime name? Among Kamasam.
Kawasam.
Gold for oil. Baunia mother crying or the bear. Obono hon kontai or the chiva Ghanaian sa. I am Kofina when you're 2 minutes or about Nadna Walakasa. You come out young cancer. It's a money. Oh, the one you know what one I do know what about home. To them one number a jail could deny a kept home a yellow yama kept us out with enemy. One chief there, I said there, many look at enemy over there. What one I get about case, especially if you don't have money, Mahama. Emma, and your tumpana. Yapo one a chow. What the young common. This time around you to when you are the hole in your woman. Yeah, yet to one. It's a young when you are the papa. Why am I so able to make a papa? Yeah, try one more check.
You, Jennifer. Good evening. Papa, all right, rapping me too.
Rapping. When you did. Now, one and abandon also who was first one by no more and more empty before like empty no almost young karma. Almost the panel. Said you're almost answered the panel. See then about Faba or Ombakusia, I don't meet you or time. In fact,
one question on side people because now no only any bill are present on the side.
MP or president almost say
President Mama sure okay. Good evening. Hello, good evening.
Good evening, I'm Pamela.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, Richard.
All right.
Yeah, I'm Pamela. I'm so. You know, I'm in this for what's it? Don't have performing. Yaman Brown perform. In the film, said, "Now, whatever your friend like Bruno, and I know dollar no, or I have it nana, and I want to mean to yeah, and you could for whisker wound to Munchia. And that don't could see and this for what that then. We are no Dakasha, we are no Dakasha. Petro in him there, the petrol no buha wire and walk of him. You be saying with the time and another water no damn figure none the whole water, you don't want you kitana. Petro no run ahead, one from the petrol put then this for more fun yet, poets to cry. Of course, so what I know I bet some work at petrol aquasur. No one can have and papa by I, but I say.
So, may I say good evening.
Della
Richard Aholu. Efo. You'll be I say baby Efo. Nyami adu mpocho wa swe. I think come out here boss.
Good.
Right.
MPP communicator now over home. Na chete omuno mo le foundation. No le foundation atubo. Ela come big na for na se no pia. No come very wicked because never we come during their time no matter it was very horrible. Oh, we can so we party multi-media. And then we say we can talk about mobile. But maybe man is standing because I don't think it's we need to because one of that or I call our coach. If I have been position to advise me, I will tell them. Now, if you want to have a part, why would you tell me yes? Then number we finance it. We are so many. This is our car. One thing you know, one thing that you get for the jail. That's why
Yamenka was so good evening.
Good evening.
Yes, boss.
Abani Yomwa.
Yes.
Kwamna. Me ma ko ni mi chair, me to anabo first quarter was me chair. Na na me ku the first for agba se kwa mangasi. Na na gba kuchi. Odi ma pa wo ye me yiki. Kwamna, yeah. Enti ja me ye ku e. Wọ́n ti rẹ̀ agbọ́dú òwú wọn mú èsì agbóni di bẹ̀rẹ̀ náà wọ́n sì máa ti ṣe mọ̀wọ́dọ́ máa kó mi ẹ̀hún ní Ghana ní òbí àyè mi yìí yìí yá àsàn láti ìbẹ̀rẹ̀ yé yẹn yẹn fẹ́ràn wá ń yà mí yé gbùdú ìyẹn tìrí yẹ sí dẹ̀mí yé yẹ fún yé bí nǹkan wa èyẹ sí ọ̀fẹ́ nà NPP 8 years ìtàn kọ́ àmì ẹ̀ṣẹ̀ road ni wá ṣe kékeré náà ní èsì road mu paa. Friday na me fair you come to see Jakan we should go there we na no mu what Ghana aye cause you can be more na you see them ko fu you do you want you make you say MPP ado oye nyam hye wo MPP abi what about me da mo anko yendi to fi function na da na function onala otina what
let us see. Good evening.
Good evening, sir.
Yes, boss.
Mama wa gime dese onge mahinwa.
Ya hinwa papa.
But I'm afraid I could tell from Puppy.
Okay.
All you can Lamat Futuma unko wabu good foot. Especially when I was young ATP. About the task sermon, Kastle FM station and Kofuti pa designer wabada make sure the one that the facts and son about all the can na almost in the pa music. Na apart from Ankasini and for Sinyabari. I mean, 77 to Waka. Nia Abamaki, me Abeni, no Kekos University. And figure what Makuchim, I fish what Makuchim. Fuel, no Babu for Mamma. I don't see why I am for soon. Not for singing, because fuel, the Nabu could bring you. One has a doctor from the Biara. One more typical example. She said, a crack, Kumasi. Kasi kambo hama kwa kwenye kaa aba ni kwa kwa kasi nzuo wonse ni fast na dem won go back pa kwa kasi go na fuwa ni bolinti njo ko di wa be kasi wa fo no ma trot na odoko sisi anu nko fast ati ni wa kasi ni fuwa ba fo kama ka ko university pride o si go be pa kwa kasi zin garage go na fuwa kini nto all right nti amina ti fuwa fuma about mo fo nya ba na and the club looking to football.
That's it.
Some of that is what I'm back to Flata. Oh,
just a minute. For sure, just a minute. What I Ghana Puna. Over there, all Ghana, Obama. I am there, no, the castle. You see, the no bear, although Bagana. Man, you need to a member of the US. All right. We're gonna have a member of the Niman Queen today. It is in Wasana. On every right for Robert, it is in Wasana. Enka was so. It was rather unfortunate. In fact, me to me far of Biabio. Does MPP members remember their campaign for 2016 when they were carrying Kufor gallons and campaigning fuel prices, saying Mahama is an incompetent person? Didn't they know fuel prices were being regulated by world market? This kind of ignorance shouldn't be entertained in your studio. This one also says anyone who wants JM to fail is evil-minded or doesn't want Ghana to move forward. Is MPP people? Please say the truth on the radio. Okay. All right, me that's it. Me share this last message is na yan phone sorry do ya never I ever na yan call. Hi, Mr. Host. Memman Hodor is the best political show in the region. We need Gian Bank. Pax Boniface is the name. My brother, good evening to you. The last time, the discussion that we had, you will hear from me. God bless you. Honorable AJ Ku. Okay. Mr. Yabua, more fire. Let the fire burn onto them. Lies party NPP. Honorable Ejeku Afisha Pao, Abba Benyado. Abba Benyado, you. The NPP man. I see then. NPP man, please answer the question. Mr. Man, NPP, you think we are keen to vote for 2028 of Fiakwa? Mr. Minta Ankafufi. Mr. Minta, may I say. Good evening, Comrade man. Please, let MPP and Patrick Akwa know that Ghanaians now read and are now getting access to information. Everything is evident that the economy is on track and they should stop this noise pollution. You are now crying because of your super incompetency and also skin pained that President John Mahama is serving selflessly. Remedies from Akwanda. Master Paul, Master Paul, I'm from message and Bawuzin Ezebe. Thank you. I sold my car under Nanado and Baumia. Wow. Is it Master Paul? Okay, different person. Ken Oforata should come to Ghana for what? Mr. Speaker, Abowinim. Tell the MPP people to shut up because they are just like, okay. 1 year, my actual account 1 year into banker. I wish I am far in see, but Patrick.
Yeah, I'm coming. Just 30 seconds. You see, there's this MPP for. Why shall I say we'll push? Oh, petrol now about forming you are saying you know found go no back of. But I'm going to say him that.
Is it not true?
I'm going to Ghana, you export oil.
Yes.
Now your big boo, you don't want to your budget, your rate, ye susu there, your bottom your oil. In the Anguamana, say, oh, na say MPP time was the oil no could do 120. Yes, it is true. Time could do $120 per barrel.
Yes, your tongue yes.
MPP budgeting no shame there. Your bottom oil on $70 per barrel. In the Anguamana, $70 per barrel. No, I don't know what the young country, but at the end of the day, barrel biano ni $50 per barrel. Until we had a windfall under them. What they should have done on the Kadami windfall no bobo use no they question Ghanaians was it the Misikani Nara. In Tanguamana, yen project there oil ebia your bottom is $70 per barrel. Now what wabo from away do 50 yen projection yen revenue generation but wako fomu. Inti bibi in control that banner bibi extraordinary. No I'm a patron we be nadama. Into the argument of world price no wako fomu more on fan bo on sabrane. Because world price against your projected oil price okosura you have a windfall when you one time $50 per barrel as against 500,000 to 300,000 per barrel yen for the year no and yen for the month no into angwamana me ye kani nyina na chiri no question krope na me bisa ba wo me dey you MPP dey you nti yen to mo hona na they should answer that question discussion in yefe
rapping Patrick Yebo ahe for akwa
Assembly I there. Honorable Kastle atoba force. Me catch on ne budget mun. Page 18 to 21. Say economy ni aye ya. Inko oba expand ma wo revenue target enya. Inti Honorable Kastle atoba force catch there. Ni revenue target ne this can windfall in or can ya shorted by 7.7 billion Ghana cedis. Onunti the cocoa farmers when you can to okan. Onunti in a 600 chip compound in a waka chain there, we be see that December. Wapa what time Ghana for using. Onunti in a one to where you see. Mpota Mam Kamasa. Onunti ye to be using. Say economy no aye papa. Say economy no aye papa. Enka ye artificial cushion. And spend this car. In funds so dollars in say economy na ya papa nkan say economy no aye papa nkan there teachers and nurses 2026 employ ho but now do that kwakufa do na ba na
what's why employ 2026
yes budget in 2026 budget in
okay Patrick Abba made us ya ne bra ya fancy e wa hana ya sorry do challenge. People are winning big on 590 mobile just by dialing star 959 hash. Just be like, say, boys don't know the rundown. Make I tell you, NLA has increased the playing time of your favorite 590 mobile from Monday to Saturday. Noon rush starts from 8:30 p.m. and closes at 1:25 p.m. the next day, while the evening draw starts time 1:30 p.m. and closes at exactly 7:55 p.m. More time to make more and more time to win more. 590 mobile at Down Sim. FNC Ewahane and Sod Maminda, the production team I say headed by Mr. Bernard Ogo, Osman Damaso, Black was training to Facebook, then also on YouTube, then all other social media handles. And once I was afraid, one hour doing messages in your what the Beno. You don't see baby the Yabum na yetum na yintijuma. Yami Aduma, Ochana, Yansan Yenshibio with another version of Maman Hodo. Once again, Mrs. Kamana is Suman, and this is Kastle 90.3 FM. Have a wonderful good evening. Bye bye.